This week, Honda announced details of the new NT1100 coming in 2025, and it appears on the surface that they've dealt with all of the niggles that certainly I had and others had with the original bike. It's always been a fantastic bike to ride, but do these changes now make this a perfect all-round tourer? Let's find out. Well, to start with, if you were one of the people that wished the bike was shaft driven, then keep wishing. You'll unfortunately continue to be disappointed that it is still chain driven. But it does appear that Honda have been listening, because most of the issues that were raised from the launch model NT1100 seem to have been addressed. Let's start with the engine. It is of course the same unit that powers the Africa Twin and CMX 1100. The Africa Twin had a tweak in mid-range power for the 2024 model, and that 7% increase has passed over to the NT1100, although the bike has its own specific power delivery, throttle response maps and a dedicated exhaust note. But more importantly, I think, is that the NT1100 is now fitted with a 6-axis IMU for the first time. Not only is this important for how the 5 riding modes, wheelie control, rear lift and cornering ABS work, but the addition of the IMU has a big influence on how the DCT gearbox operates. Now that the bike can detect cornering, acceleration and braking, it's going to make for a much more engaging DCT experience. The gears are held into longer when accelerating hard, downshifts are quicker under braking, and there are no automatic gear changes when the bike is leant over mid-bend. The IMU has transformed the already excellent DCT system on the Africa Twin, so I'm pleased to see that it's fitted on the NT1100, and I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to ride one. Another issue that was reported, and it certainly was a bugbear of mine, was that screen design. It was awkward to adjust, and to do it safely it really needed the rider to get off of the bike and stand in front of it to grab it with 2 hands to move it. Arguably, many people just put the screen in one position and leave it there, but that's no excuse to have such a royal pain in the arse method of adjustment. Well, that's been dealt with too by an all new mechanism that means the screen can be adjusted with one hand whilst riding. It offers 5 height levels with 167mm of difference between the lowest and highest settings. Wind protection was excellent on the original bike, and I'm hoping it's even better now. The little winglets remain, and they were very effective. In fact, the front fairing has received a makeover too, with a new sharper look. I know there was criticism over the styling from some quarters. I always thought it was a classy looking bike, but there's a definite improvement. The new front end has integrated lighting now, so the headlights, daytime running lights and indicators are all housed in the sleek nose. No indicator stalks on the front anymore. Sticking with the styling, the seat has also been redesigned to offer more comfort, and the panniers are more spacious than previously. Honda have added 25mm more space in the lid, and each pannier will now store a full face helmet. Storage volume is 37 litres on the left and 36 litres on the right. An additional 50-litre top box is available as an accessory, which features an inner bag and a padded pillion back pad. The NT1100 also has a 150mm longer rear mudguard to offer more protection from water and mud, and there's an extender on the front too. The NT1100 will be offered in both manual and DCT versions, but the DCT version will also have an additional electronic suspension model. The Showa Electronically Equipped Ride Adjustment, or EERA for short, has been available on the Africa Twin and offers automatically controlled damping, which adjusts in just 15 milliseconds. Each riding mode has its specific suspension setting, and of course it can be further tweaked inside the 2 user modes. It will also offer 24-step rear preload adjustment, which is really handy. The excellent touch TFT display is retained, and the bike will initially be offered in 3 colours: matte warm ash metallic, gunmetal black metallic and pearl Hawkeye blue, which I think is my favourite. As usual, there will be an accessory catalogue full of parts for the bike, but there are 2 specific packs that will be available at launch. The Urban Pack adds a top box and an alarm, and the Voyage Pack also adds a 4.5 litre tank bag, rider and pillion comfort seats, comfort pillion foot pegs and fog lights. Of course, there is plenty of equipment as standard: cruise control, heated grips, ACC and USB power sockets, self-cancelling indicators, emergency stop signals and a centre stand. Curb weight for the manual bike is 238 kilograms. For the DCT that rises to 248 kilograms, and the electronic suspension will add a further kilogram. At the moment, no prices have yet been confirmed. So quite a few changes coming for 2025, and the majority of those seem to have resolved the problems that owners or prospective buyers had picked up on the original bike. As I said at the beginning, it's always been a fun and rewarding bike to ride, and I gained a new appreciation of it when I took part in the DCT event over in Ireland. The riding got a little bit, shall we say, spirited at times, and that just made me appreciate just how neutral but also how precise the handling of the NT1100 is. It really is very, very good. So with the changes for 2025, I'm expecting it to be a better overall package. Well, as the saying goes, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so hopefully I'll get an opportunity to ride one of these soon and bring you a full report. But well done to Honda for actually listening to and acting on feedback and criticism. The NT1100 to me, with these changes, looks like a very impressive touring machine. So I'll leave a link in the description to the Honda website for you to go and have a look at the details that they've got on there. If you've got any specific questions, then let me know and I'll try to find the answers to those for you. And all that leaves me to say is until next time, thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.